Hey, hey, time for Westworld.
Macarena.
What's up?
Hey,
Hi.
I'm boss.
Oh.
Hey, you got to introduce yourselves.
Is that how this works?
Yes.
They can see us, can't they?
No one can
I'm
see
here
us.
with
No one wants to
Dexy
see
and
us.
Oxy.
I think they want to see us. I think the people want to see us.
We're gonna
Well, here I am.
We're gonna talk about the Westworld. Season
Yes.
2, Ep 2.
What's the title of this
2.
episode?
I don't,
Not that it matters,
Summer
though.
Shandy. I don't know. What is the title?
I don't know.
oh,
I don't
let me
remember.
guess. It's full of splendor or something.
Splendorific. Oxnard's typing it into his machine. What is it? What's it going to be?
Well, the first one is called Journey into Night.
Oh, that sounds very...
Episode 2 is called, starts with an R,
Oh.
ends with an N,
Run.
No, I can see that it's more than one word.
ends with I-O-N.
It's several words.
Runyon.
What is a runyon? A runny onion.
Has the word union in it.
Oh, the State of the Union.
Reunion.
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 There you go.
It's just one word?
That's it, reunion.
Oh, what am I looking at?
You're probably looking at this Pornhub
I
elite
was
members section.
Just looking at my phone.
Yeah, don't look at that part of my monitor.
I was, yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by Pornhub.
I wish.
Yeah, right.
If
Never.
only.
We'd be so rich.
So rich.
So rich. That's all we need.
We'd have better luck putting this video up on Pornhub, probably.
It would probably get more views,
I
quite
think
honestly.
so.
I think, yeah. I might just start doing that.
Have you ever read
Why not?
Have you ever,
Why the fuck not?
Have you ever started reading comments in Pornhub videos? Sometimes,
What?
sometimes it's so random. Hey, what do you guys think of the new whatever video game is coming out?
Yeah, you brought this up in our Inside Let's Play in the last
Yeah?
part.
It happens.
and
then there's some
I said I
really
was going to
weird
check it
ones.
out, but then I never did.
There's like really gross, weird comments, and then there's like
Really?
creepy ones. Yeah, shocking. And then there's ones that like people start legitimate conversations.
Are there ones that like people actually like critique? Like there's porn aficionados. Like the lighting was off here. Would have been better if this happened. Do they nitpick the same way?
Maybe more artistic shots.
Should we start?
I
a-
could have came
Should we
5
start a
seconds
Pornhub-
earlier.
A Pornhub exclusive show where we just analyze porn. Should we go that
Do
route?
we have to watch porn together then? That's what
No.
gets weird.
we
But
watch
the
it on our
comments
own.
are always bizarre. The worst is when the guy, like, people get mad about like the end, you know, and it's like, then it's like if I came like
end?
that, I'd kill myself. Yeah, because they don't like that it's not a huge, finish for the guy.
Again, I don't. Yeah, I can't.
And then they're like, then he dribbled. That was one comment I saw. Now, feel free to cut this out. But that
I'm not
was
cutting
it was
anything out.
disgusting to read that.
Okay.
I was like, why is this guy? This guy is so mad that he watched
Dexter,
an
can
entire
I-
porn movie.
You know there are-
Then he's like, this disappointed me. I'm gonna write a bad Yelp review.
You know, there's some nice porn out there that has no penises at all. It's an amazing phenomenon.
Tell it to that guy.
I'm just saying.
but the first thing I search when I open up Pornhub is penises.
Okay, all right.
No, that's not
To
true.
each their own. Hey, no one's judging here. We don't judge here on
was
STS
like-
Enterprises.
That was
Yeah,
like
I mean, the guy in Westworld likes both. Why can't you?
Yeah, one of the best characters in Game of Thrones. Loved it all.
You remember that?
Head popped like a zit.
What was the? What was the? Yeah, that's right. And look at Ben Barnes here. He likes men and women in this episode of Westworld.
Yeah, the boss just said
Clearly.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't listening.
Whatever.
What
Just garbage, aren't I?
was I going to say? No, I was
I
thinking
don't
about,
care.
You know what it was? I was thinking about. I was going to say. Oh, what was that? You remember the Hicks of comedy? What with fucking?
Oh, the redneck comedy
yeah,
tour?
yeah.
Or,
what was the guy? Ron White.
There is Ron White,
He had one.
who's the best.
He had he was the best, and he had a
Someone
funny
the
bit
cable
about
guy.
saying about how everybody's a little bit
No.
gay.
the
and
plumber?
No, the Ron White guy.
Who's the getter done?
TV guy?
TV guy?
Yeah, Larry the TV guy.
Cable guy.
Cable guy.
TV guy.
Okay, I was wanting to make sure.
I
didn't know if I was
like
getting confused with the
these
Jim
guys.
Carrey property, the Jim Carrey vehicle.
Cable guy.
But
But Ron White had a bit in that. I
who's
remember.
the main guy? You might be
Jeff
a red
Foxworthy.
Jeff
Yeah.
Foxworthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he had Larry Wilmore. No,
I forget who the
who's
other
the
guy
other
is.
guy that was tall?
Who just looked like a guy's dad.
Yeah, he was just a dad
I
that
don't know
wandered
who that
on
is.
stage.
Ron White, I like. He's the best.
So Ron White had a bit where it was
Tater salad.
everybody's a little bit gay, and he's like, I talked to my cousin,
Oh yeah,
Barry or whatever, and And he's like, no, man, I'm not gay. And he's like, I'll prove it to you. And he's like, you watch porn? Of course I do. You know I watch porn. And he's like going on. He's like, you know I love watching a man and a woman make love. And he's like, well, do you like watching it when the guy has a flaccid penis? Hell no, I like it when he has a big hard cock. Oh, my God. You know.
That's right.
So everybody, you got to have that part of it.
I guess. I mean, you usually could.
Now I'm still talking like this.
Well,
welcome to Westworld. I have some
Yeehaw!
Self-evaluation to do. No,
I think you're fine.
I'm fine.
It's 2018, man.
Well,
You
I
can
wouldn't say that
do
I'm
what
fine,
you want.
but you know what I mean. You're gay. Oh, God, what's happening to me?
Maybe I'm gay and I love watching lesbian porn. What's wrong with that?
They're gay.
Yeah.
Seems fine to me.
Yeah, they're real lesbians, right?
Yeah,
wink,
totally.
wink. What's he
That's
talking
just,
about,
was
boss?
The thing, the
Boss,
guys,
I don't understand.
The straight guys doing gay porn.
All right,
It's just-
reunion.
They get paid more. All right, should we talk about this episode now? Boss,
Yeah.
finally.
Reunion. There were some robots in this episode, some Westworld employees, investors.
We got to
It
meet
was a good time. That's it.
Mr. Delos, Sr.
Oh yes, Senor Delos.
What
Where is
Scottish
he? Wait,
guy?
is he Scottish or?
He's Scottish. He's Scottish.
Okay.
Now, but why is I believe the actor's name is Ben Barnes, right? That plays his son, who's the future heroin addict. Or he's doing future heroin. The guy sitting in the chair.
Ben Barnes.
Isn't that the actor's name that plays the
Oh,
guy?
okay. But I'm not good with actors' names. Go with the
Yeah.
characters'
What's
names.
his? Well, I don't remember the character's name.
Isaac, I think.
Something
It's not
Delos.
Isaac?
Mr. Delos.
Delos Jr. I'll call him.
Yeah, Bruno.
The one that was
Delos
blown
Jr.
away by
The guy who was naked on the horse, and that's the last we saw of
yeah,
him.
William's
Yeah.
brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So, Mr.
And you got
Delos,
to see his sister.
Yeah,
Yeah.
finally did. She didn't do anything. He gave her a very cold kiss on the cheek.
And she knows something's
Yeah.
going on with this Dolores bot.
Oh,
What the fuck
clearly,
is this?
clearly.
Yep.
clearly.
William went to this park and you've been acting a little weird lately.
But one thing I was wondering about, and this is not important to the story at all, but it was just a curious, choice. If he's Scottish, and the actor that plays his son is British, I believe, why did they make him do an American accent?
Oh, he could have been. His father was born in Scotland, then he came to America.
Yeah, I
His
know,
son
but
was-
why?
Yeah.
And their name is Delos? What kind of name is that? Sounds
it's the
Maybe they
Spanish.
have an over-complex backstory.
It's the future. You have goofy things in the future. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't think it's
Boba
that
Fett.
far into the future.
I think it's pretty far.
No, I don't.
I think it's
How far do
pretty
you think it
far.
is?
Like 50 years.
Well, he is very shocked when he sees the robots, and he's like, "We're not here yet."
As they're talking
We're
about
not here
VR,
yet.
that's
Shit.
something that's going on now. AR, that's something that's going on now. I think that those scenes take place, I think we would still be alive, in this timeline.
In Maeve's Great Escape, you see the timestamp 2052.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
This is now.
Oh, okay.
And Ed Harris is an old man.
Yeah.
So when we're looking at this scene in the opening scene with Dolores
The very
and Arthur, this is our time.
near
basically.
future, yes.
Yeah.
Within the next 10 years.
And
around
that's
the
why-
corner.
Cured all diseases.
Now I'm surprised that Delos Jr. wasn't more blown away
Right. Yeah.
in that cocktail party that turns out to be all hosts.
He was pretty blown away.
He was
but
blown
not-
away,
But more excited because he was about to get laid. I think.
Well,
yeah.
because you're imagining yourself in that situation, but imagine yourself in
I feel
10
like I would
years.
start throwing up. I would have become so nervous and adrenaline. If you find out you're in a room full of androids, you're at their mercy,
That is kind of freaky, yeah. No,
and they're all gorgeous.
it's,
So you're horny, you're terrified,
you're drunk.
my body doesn't know what to do. It just throws up.
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't think I'd actually thrown up, but I would have been.
expels that
terrified.
emotion.
Wouldn't you? It's just more like I'm just saying. I would have been extremely confused
Yeah.
and scared.
No, that's weird.
I'm getting a good swirl on this wine.
Well, you have to
Yeah,
remember, he's
it's
also in
for
that. He's in that business. Like a lot of investors have been, a lot of people have been looking to him to invest in all these different things. He says it like AR, altered reality, virtual reality,
Yeah,
augmented reality. What was the other one?
that's
AI.
AR, AI, VR, AR. I think
Okay.
because that's the three big ones, as they say in the biz.
Yeah. Well, usually I have a nice outline we can go by, but no, we don't this week.
Not today.
So-
We're freeballing it. We're already bounced all over the. Well, presumably you saw the episode. Although I saw in one of the comments, one of our viewers didn't even watch the episode. Didn't care.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah, they just liked listening to us. So thanks for coming back.
hey, I like the
I'll
intro.
take a look. I don't remember who
That's
it
something to
was.
say
I'll
about
look
the
at it
intro.
later.
I like the intro because I like the bison. but I'm sad when the bison's falling.
I like that part where the bison's falling because you see it
Makes
escapes.
Me sad.
He escapes,
it's
though.
It's gonna fall and crash.
The
and
ultimate
get hurt.
escape.
No, it's symbolic, man. He's fallen. He's fallen to freedom.
I know, but
But it could also be a metaphor for the way the Native Americans used to hunt the bison. You would run them off a cliff. Yeah.
And also the direction that the Native Americans themselves go down to death.
Okay.
Because the white man slaughtered them all.
All right.
Why is that one weird? That's what happened.
Want to tell us more about your penis porn, Dexter?
Native American penis
Let me ask you a
cliff
question.
diving.
If you had this job, you were the cleanup of the dead robots, would you have like PTSD seeing all this gore and
I can
shit,
tell you
or-
that I would not have this job.
Yeah, I wouldn't have this job, but I think it's kind of like a guy who repairs PCs, like a Geek Squad guy. That's the kind of position this guy's in.
Yeah, they just become things at that point. They're not.
Yeah, and it's probably
If you're in
especially
that position.
at this point, like he says, we're going on a 13-hour shift because this is a big event, so he has to work overtime. I'm assuming. So you're just kind of plowing through it. This guy died, bring him in.
Well, also, the slaughter had begun, so they're down there waiting because the next shift can come because they're dead. I sounded really drunk
What?
there.
the fuck is Dexter?
I'm not
saying?
drunk. The next shift go they're dead.
My
The
limp
next-
microphone. This is sad. Hold on.
Make it erect. What is
Dexter
happening?
doesn't want to see a flaccid microphone, okay?
How am I supposed to jerk off to that?
You know, I try and buy nice new stuff for our microphones. Never works out. You're still
Always
recording off a camera tripod taped to a microphone.
It's worked for years.
This
I
is
know.
cool, yeah.
This is
I
a
look at it as
dad
like,
setup here.
it's
It
not
works
broken.
perfectly fine. What's the problem?
Yeah, it's held together with rubber bands and scotch tape. What more do you need?
See
son?
what I have in the old tool shed.
The works don't fix or replace
It's
it.
held together with the carcass of this mule.
Yeah,
How
how
about
about
a
this?
mule, Dad?
I got a
Don't
public
waste any of
service
the meat.
announcement for all our viewers.
Uh-oh.
Fix things, man.
Yeah.
Don't throw it out. Fix it. Reuse it. You don't need new things. You use used things.
Old styrofoam from your takeout?
Boss is
Don't throw it
already
away. Use it to make a fire.
Reuse. Recycle. That's it.
Hoard! Hoard!
That's why I save and burn all my old tires.
Especially plastic, styrofoam, and weed killer product. Just burn that up.
That's how I warm my house. Are you all right? You gonna throw up on me? What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
You're making a face. It looked like you had a mouthful of something.
What?
Or you just disapprove of my methods. Is that what it is?
All right, so we have that scene where
No comment.
Delos, Mr. Delos Jr. himself, he's there. He's trying to entertain some guests there, some other guy.
He's glad handing.
He's,
which I never heard that expression
He's bragging
before.
about a Warhol that's $60 million that he likes to fuck to.
You're not having any fun, William?
Now I
What's
was
with the
curious, like, which
yawn?
Warhol is it? Is
I
it the
assumed
Campbell soup?
Campbell soup.
Is it Marilyn Monroe?
I don't know. Those are the only two I know. So
Is it, yeah. What else
what's
could
the
it
other
be?
artist that he says?
Oh, Akarak? I forget.
Akarak. Akbar.
No, that Akarak guy was the guy who comes in with Elon Musk's girlfriend, wife. I can't pinpoint exactly what she is.
Yeah, but you don't follow what's going on with them on a regular
I
basis?
follow what Elon Musk does when it comes to flamethrowers in space, but not
I'm
his...
pretty sure he's launched her into space at this point.
Oh, man, that'd be awesome.
That would be fantastic.
That mannequin that's in the Tesla, you lift up the hood, it's her.
Oh man,
I knew it.
Wasn't there speculation that was a real person? That was a rumor that was a real person that he had knocked off.
Yeah.
And it was like the perfect way
It's
to
the
get rid of the
perfect crime.
body.
Yeah, like I had a rival, and that guy's gone.
Oh wait, rewind it. We missed what the artist was.
Oh.
I got distracted by talking about Tesla being a murderer. Not Tesla. Well, maybe he was, but
You don't know what's going on, do you?
Elon Musk. I'm all keyed up, guys. No, he didn't say it yet. No, it's gonna come.
You sure?
Yes. Now you went back way too far.
All right, so young William is here in this bar where, if you listen carefully, you can hear future music. Sound like jazz techno.
Yeah, but it's the theme. It's like one of the themes of the show that bleeds into this different kind of version of it.
You're listening to human music. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Human music.
Technically, you are human, and you just made that, so it is human music.
That's a Rick and Morty joke.
Now he's gonna. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that many Rick and Mortys. No, wait, it's gonna come up here when he gets rid of this other guy. Oh, the Rothko. Rothko.
All right.
What's Rothko?
See ya.
What's a Rothko look like? Have I seen one before?
Probably. I could spell it.
Oh, yes, the red with the 2 black bars. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you definitely can fuck to that.
abstract modern art.
I feel like if I was in this guy's
jerk me
situation,
off art.
Somebody's jealous.
Oh,
feel like-
yeah, I can't do this.
if I was
But
in,
the point is, you didn't do it.
Exactly!
Fuck off. Doesn't make any sense. It's all a scam. You ever watch
What? Jackson Pollock isn't a scam. He didn't just do something to make money.
No,
He
he's
was a
not,
broke
but,
drunk.
No, but the
He's my favorite. I love Jackson.
the whole art world market, what's determined to be worth millions and what's not, that's all a scam.
It's arbitrary.
It's not even that. It's for rich people to invest in something that they get a studio to say, oh, yeah, that's worth millions of dollars. Okay, I'll put my money in this $1 million thing.
Isn't that what just the economy is, though, if you think
Yeah,
about
it's all a scam. It's all about the rich get richer and the economy tanks. The rich doesn't matter, but the poor loses jobs. And the economy goes well. I don't see a change, but the rich get richer. So everything.
Exactly.
It's great. Isn't this great? We need robots. We need robots to kill us all.
He's reading from his bizarro communist manifesto that turns into a robot annihilation fantasy.
for me, the scary part about this scene when he goes into
The demonstration.
the demonstration with all the robots at the party, he doesn't know the robots yet. The scary part is like he realizes that the people who brought him here, they're robots.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the scary part.
That's
Is
what
like,
I'm telling
who's
you.
in charge here? Who's the
Yes.
human? Are the robots asking for the investment? What's
is,
going on?
He is completely at their mercy.
Right,
Well, that's
like,
the whole point. That's how they want to impress him. Like, you don't need a human to do this. This
Yeah.
is how powerful and how...
Also, look, we didn't kill you. Instead,
but that's the thing.
we had sex
that's the
with
thing.
you.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't have a human to do it. Maybe the robots got the investment.
No, a human did it. A human set it up.
Did
but,
they?
Well, where are they?
Yeah. Where are
Prove
they in
it.
the scene, Oxnard?
Prove it,
huh?
Oxnard.
It's all just to get the money from this guy. And what's interesting is all these robots obviously are hosts later on. So they all have...
We've seen them in other scenes, and we see them in scenes later in this episode, even.
So they've all seen what the outside world looks like. It's deep in their recesses of their mind. It's
Yeah.
just locked away
Only Dolores is able to unlock those memories.
by killing them and bringing them back.
Yes.
Like him, isn't he the guy?
He's the guy that... So Ben Barnes...
Who's some of the characters
the
we
other
see
guy,
here?
he looks at this... He looks right into the face of this kind of smirking dude. Mm-hmm. And later on in this episode,
Smirkosaurus.
Dolores hunts them down there. He's a he's a Confederado.
Mm-hmm.
And,
What about this guy's cleaning his sunglasses? Or glasses?
That'll be a dead giveaway. He's
Sunglasses.
wearing sunglasses. Anyway, that one guy's a Confederado that Dolores kills and then, like, resurrects because she's basically like, and he makes a reference to saying he only serves one guy, it's this colonel, and that colonel only serves God. And then she's like, no, your colonel's dead, and I killed God, so now... you serve me. It's basically what she's saying. Those aren't the exact words. But, like, you want to get glory, then glory is through me. Now I'm God, basically. And she's basically raising an army. She's like, it's almost like that guy was doubting Thomas, and she's Christ resurrected. Come back. And he's like, but not really at all. So there's a little biblical reference that didn't apply in any way.
Yeah. Totally.
That's all I got. Anyway, she's a prophet. She's on a mission.
Oxnard, cut this out. I'm just going to cheat and go to the top comments on Reddit.
Oh, okay.
Hey, guys, but did you notice? Or is it just me? But did it feel like Dolores and Maeve meeting was like a crossover episode of two different shows?
Whoa. No.
Cut that.
It's fucking stupid, that comment.
Let's try it. That's the top comment
That's
on Reddit.
dumb. No, it didn't.
Hold on. That's probably newest first. Here we... Oh, wait, no, that's best.
You want hottest.
Hottest. Okay. Controversial. Here we go.
Ooh. Uh-oh, now we're gonna get weird.
Well, guys, I don't know about you, but this episode was meh. One of the weaker ones of the series.
Of the season.
So controversial.
That's the top controversial.
Top controversial comment on that website. I thought it was interesting because I like the flashbacks where you see young William with Mr. Delos Sr. And I want to see scenes because there's another scene where William wakes, young William wakes Dolores up, and he's basically to tell her, like, I hate you. And
Not so many words,
but
yeah.
also, like, well, he has, like, he's like, I can't believe I fell in love with you. There is bitterness there to me when he's talking to her. And he wakes her up, and he seemed angry and, like, and bitter, and he's basically telling her, like, I'm going to do... This is my kind of plan. He's very vague about it, but we know now at that point that the Delos company is basically... They have the controlling stake in this place, and they're going to collect... What I seem like to me is that they're basically going to collect everybody's information. It's almost like they're a Facebook times 50.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, like, in highlight of the, like, past Facebook stuff.
Yeah, it's, like, really apropos to what's happening.
It
with,
is,
like,
but
all the
I'm almost
social media
wondering,
stuff almost.
like, in 10 years or something, will this seem dated?
It might. It might.
Like, I'm just wondering, like, what's going to be the next thing besides selling your information to, like, advertisers?
But not only that, I mean, I think, did we speculate on this last week or maybe privately before we recorded that they're collecting everybody's DNA?
Yeah. Which I think is for cloning purposes. Or it could be something like rich people say, hey, you know what? When I'm 70 and I need new kidneys, it might be good to have my DNA on file.
Like an island situation or a Parts the Clonus horror situation.
Yeah. Which is another old idea. That's like from Parts the Clonus horror that Michael Bay ripped off. Who then sued Michael Bay. And I believe won.
Oh, really? Oh, he didn't, like, actually acknowledge that it was a remake of Parts the Clonus
No, it's
horror?
Michael Bay. He doesn't acknowledge anything.
Yeah, he's an
he
asshole.
doesn't give a shit.
He's a fuck.
You don't give him a teleprompter, he doesn't know how to talk.
Michael Bay? When does he have to talk like that?
It was, I forget, it was some new TV. This was years ago. He was at some Sony junket or something, and he had lines to read. It's like, this new TV coming out with new colors and everything, but the teleprompter broke, and he just went like, like he lost all... He doesn't know how to extemporaneously speak.
He's a robot.
Yeah, he doesn't know what the fuck to do. And he just left. And everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, all you have to say, Michael Bay, is like, look, okay, the teleprompter broke, but man, you know, I make movies, you know, it has tons of color. This TV will show those colors in my movies.
What the fuck?
Michael Bay, see you around.
Michael Bay's like, I only speak during the magic hour. I have to leave.
All right. Reddit
you have
is
a
not...
10-minute window for me to
Reddit
speak.
is not offering anything. Here's one of the highest comments. Robin Djawajwi, that's the guy who makes the music. How do you say his name?
Oh, yeah.
You got it.
Djawajwi?
That's close enough.
Yeah.
He's on point with the music and such an important part of the story. He is perfect in creating the required mood.
Agreed.
That was him
commenting. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Give me internet points.
I
want internet points for that comment.
You hear that, China?
Oh, William knows where the health kits are.
Oh! And they're in the saloon. That was very Fistful of Frags-like to me.
That's true. That's a direct nod
yes.
to Fistful of Frags.
Yeah.
You can tell Nolan is a big player of Fistful of Frags.
Absolutely. We probably played with him. We didn't even realize
All the time.
it.
The second you
Yeah.
log on, he's like, hey, I'm here all the time.
It's just his face. Is that you, Dexter? I'm like, no, John.
It's me, Nolan. You know who my brother is?
Yes, and
Slightly more
I
famous
wish he
than
was
me.
here now instead of you. Oh, everybody says that. I don't know why we're picking on Jonathan Nolan. He's a lovely man.
'Cause it's
Seems
funny.
like a lovely man.
Does he? I really don't know.
Sure, I don't know. Now I said that, and now it's going to come out he's, like, killed 10 women.
Oh, man. Okay, well, let's get to...
He's like, Harvey Weinstein didn't take it far enough.
Let's get into old William's whole
Ever
thing
get
going
ever
on
get
here.
ants on the face, by the way?
Or the asshole, which is worse.
The asshole.
Well, I don't know. Tell it to that one guy's brother.
Boss walked away during that scene to grab some wine.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, they talk about it this scene. They had watch. Hold on.
No, I saw this.
Oh,
I saw
okay,
this.
yeah, that's what I was referencing. I didn't
I
actually,
saw
wasn't actually asking you.
Okay, so this guy, Laszlo, as we knew him from season 1, he was a guy who when they went to that orgy town, remember that part?
Yeah,
Pariah.
Pariah. And then turns out, like, what was the big thing? They put explosives in a corpse.
Oh, yeah, because he's a leader of some kind of resistance, isn't he? And then they go on a train.
Yeah,
and
and
then we
then
had a
his-
whole big discussion about the camera angle.
Yeah, Boss was obsessed with the camera angle.
And I was right.
I don't know about
No.
that. I can't remember which side I was on, though. So
No. I think what happened was
You were swayed.
his idea was right, but it had nothing to do with that camera angle. Like
I don't
you-
remember.
Your theory
I
was
remember
right.
too vague to defend what my position was. For all I
don't
knew was I was
remember.
agreeing
I was
with
right.
Boss,
I think
or
you
I
were
was
swayed
against
because
him.
after you were first initially against it, but then you
Was I?
you
I don't know.
believed-
Well, I
you
can't remember, so
agreed.
I don't know. I can't believe you because for all I know, you're taking advantage of my
We'll watch it.
bad
another
memory
time.
here. Nah, I don't care that much.
I don't care. So old
See?
William,
I'm right. They don't want to say it because they know
Boss is
it's
wrong.
That's how
proven
democracy
true.
dies.
All right, so William comes across Laszlo, or the guy who used to be Laszlo, and now he's just some guy here who's part of the scene.
Now he's just
where this guy and his brother hang him over a fire ant mound, and they say, "Let's see if it eats your asshole, your head first. We got to barter." I mean,
we have to barter.
We got a bet
bartered with the ants.
Old William shows up and says, "Enough with the preliminaries." Bang, bang, boom. Kills them all.
Wang, dang, doodle.
And then we were discussing during the show, like what the average duration of a stay in Westworld would be. Like, I think that storyline, the main story components, goes on for about a week. Then we read online that if you go into the Delos website, the ARG, Altered Reality game, the ARG, and if you go there, you can find out that maximum stay is 28 days, which is a month. Minimum stay is 7 days. So I think in 7 days, there's that full story arc that the writers of the park program and do everything.
Imagine?
But I think that's cool if you do it. Let's say we stay for a month, so we start in the saloon, and so we do it one way, and then at the end of the week it says, "Oh, guys, that was fun, but what if we did it this way?" And then we get to go back and restart.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what I
a
think
good
you
thought.
do.
Yeah, because originally I was just thinking that there are some like really long excursions. Because like in the first season, William is going out and he's just out there. He's so far. There's so much ground you can cover.
Yeah, he's like the guy. He was like us in high school where we saw Lord of the Rings 28 times.
Yeah,
we could just jump in at any moment and just know what's going on.
Yeah,
exactly. We were cool.
He basically was making, or it was like he played GTA like 1,000 times already. He's just doing his own thing and trying to like discover the real game. It's like if we played Red Dead Redemption so much that we're like, no, there's another game within this game.
I would love to play Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, it's awesome. The second one's coming out.
I don't have a PS4.
For some reason, they will not release that game on PC.
I explained it to you.
But they do. But it's the same company. It's Rockstar.
Yeah,
they
but
did GTA 5.
GTA 5 took so long to do because they were making it for PC and the console.
I don't care.
And then when
Tommy Lee Jones from The Fugitive.
When they made Red Dead Redemption, they had no plan to do it on PC. And someone said, look, to convert this to PC would take so many man hours. It just wouldn't be worth it, which is sad.
Yeah.
But one day I will play it.
Well, you know what?
It's like a blast.
How long has PS4 come out? Been out. Fuck. Can't talk to tonight.
To tonight.
For a few years. I think they had their best units sold recently. They're doing pretty well.
Oh, yeah? No, because I'm saying probably in like 6 months, around the time of the next Black Friday and Thanksgiving, the holiday season.
Yeah, I'll see them on Amazon.
I'll
see if they get a deal.
what bundles are out. We can get PS4s. We got to play the last Uncharted game.
I would love to just play all the Uncharted games.
Well, I played the third. Do you have the third one still? Did I give you that one?
Yeah, I played
Did
one.
you play that one?
I played 1, 2, and 3 I started playing.
Okay.
But no, I gave it back to you.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's,
No, but I would love
buy
to
it
do a
cheap
Let's
now.
Play of all of them.
Oh, yeah, we should.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one.
Boss, you play.
Oh,
Okay.
we're way more excited than he is. And, yeah, so we can play that, and we can play Red Dead Redemption, and I think there's a new God of War coming out.
I think that's out
Which is
already.
supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, but I've never played any God of War games either.
Those are fun. Those are fun games. Anyway. So then the health kit, where were we? I'm going to grab a beer.
Hey, I thought this was a pretty good episode.
I have
don't have
vodka, too, if you want,
complaints. There's some
from
cool
last week.
stuff going on.
Well, maybe. Nah. I got beer. I already was drinking wine. I don't want to throw vodka on the ass.
Is vodka acidic? Leave a comment if which beer, wine, or hard liquor do you find the most acidic?
Yeah.
I would think limoncello. That's probably the highest acidity, right?
I don't know.
Did you know Danny DeVito has his own limoncello?
I don't think I know exactly what limoncello is.
Limoncello is an Italian liqueur. It's like a creamy.
It's creamy?
It's creamy,
Lemony,
lemony.
obviously, I guess.
It's not that good. It's stupid.
I've never had it.
Well, we'll have to try some.
No.
Get Danny DeVito's.
No.
I'm basically just generally a wine and vodka drinker now. Tito's vodka.
Didn't you
He
guys want
says
to
that he
talk
pours
about...
himself a Guinness.
Didn't
Well,
you-
generally I said, but
Didn't
yesterday I
y'all-
went out to dinner and I had a Guinness. I hadn't had one in a long time, and now I got a taste for it.
Didn't you want to talk about the robots? What's that guy?
Oh, Asimov?
Yeah, Asimov.
Oh, well, before that, I was talking about... I do, but then I got sidetracked off my one thing I was saying where I want to see the scenes where William... He was talking to Dolores and telling him what they're going to do and everything, but he has like a real loathing. He says like, I'm going to use your kind. And I want to see the scenes where it's young William and young Robert, Anthony
Yes.
Hopkins' character, talking. And, like, how did William get so... I mean, we know he got jaded, like, from the whole thing with the first season with Dolores. But, like, what happened with him and Robert? Where they...
Well, no, you saw what happened. You saw
we
how he
really see?
became William in the first season.
Yeah.
By the end of that whole thing, he just transformed.
And just, like, they're just general interactions with he's the creative guy and they run the thing,
I
you
think
think?
It's just
I just want to see those scenes.
it's a clash there, but also, Robert, he likes William for what he is. And it's like, that's why now he has him doing the game, whereas before, like, William...
I wonder if Robert was always
It's
trying to, like,
complicated.
kind of, like, save William in a way. I wonder if he's trying to do that, and maybe that's what this game is doing. Like, this game
Would
is
Robert
just for
care
you.
that much?
I don't know, maybe. He lost his friend Arthur there. When did that happen? We're seeing these scenes in the past with young William and stuff in this episode, but when was Arthur already dead?
Arnold?
Arnold.
I'm trying to think, like, Arthur?
The aardvark! Answer me! Was he dead?
Arnold was...
No, he's not dead yet.
In these scenes, like in this timeline when Delos is taken over?
I don't think so.
With
I
young
don't
William?
know. See, the thing about Arnold dying, only Ford knows. He kept it a secret from everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. Like, when all the other
Yeah,
workers...
but that's fine if they don't know, but I mean, I want to know in the timeline if he is actually dead or not.
All right.
I don't know. But will William even be aware of Arnold being dead?
No, but my point is that maybe then he doesn't have that friend, and now, like, the only other, like, kind of, like, dynamic he has, because he doesn't have really anybody, Robert Ford, except the hosts, and then he had Arnold, and now he has William in a sense. So even
robot
though they're
family.
kind of, like, not really, they're frenemies almost, do you know what I mean? Do you think it's like one of those? You don't like that word, do you?
Frenemies. Penis porn, frenemies, and what else was he talking about?
What is happening to our Dexter?
What do you mean? What's wrong with that word?
Anyway.
It's appropriate, it applies.
It's not a word.
Enough of that topic.
Is it... All right, fine.
I thought that...
Fuck you guys!
From this episode, I thought maybe Arnold, the whole plan he had with Westworld was for it to bring down all these super billionaires who were going to visit.
They're frenemy
And then-
billionaires.
And then I think William played into his hand because he sold to the Mr. Delos, he sold the concept of, I guess, people's privacy, like their information, what they did in the park.
Yeah.
That's what
William
sells, yeah.
Then that is what the weapon is that they're looking for.
The weapon is information. That's
at
what
the
it's
center
leading
of the
to.
maze. That's what they're looking for.
But what they're going
though.
to do with that, whether the information
That's the
be
golden
DNA,
egg, Oxnard.
Yeah.
It's blackmail.
It is
It's
blackmail.
power.
Exactly. It's
Oxnard.
Yes.
Don't you see?
it's
see,
that, but it could also be making clones of these people.
But now they must have been right. It can't have just been sitting there like building up, and it's never been touched.
Oh, that's true. It
They
could
must
also
have
be
been using it.
could also be their biological information too. Like they were, like you said, just so maybe they're
Yeah.
like scanned.
You've seen the robots in the real world. You saw how easily they just, when they do the presentation.
How many robots are out there already
Yeah.
right.
We don't know.
that we don't know of?
Oh, Dexter, you
The
pointed
thing
out.
that's go ahead.
Oh, Dexter pointed out how a helicopter flew in last week. I was like, how come there's no aerial units? And we see one here.
Yeah, they heard you. The creators listen to us. That's
Right.
that-
They
Well,
went
these
back.
are all-
They went back and redid this whole scene.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
restructured the entire
The
series.
season's done, boss.
Doesn't
You
it
know,
look
this has
new?
all been
Doesn't it
filmed
look
and
new?
edited and ready to go. Like,
So I have one thing that I'm confused about though. What is like Ford's motivation? What's his deal?
To create.
What is?
I think
is
he hates
his deal?
people,
I
and he
think
wants-
Arnold wanted to, destroy the world basically with Westworld.
He wanted to. I don't think he wanted to destroy
the real world
at first.
Oh yeah, he does.
No,
And
after his son died, not at first.
sure, whatever.
Well, they do. He does have like a
and-
smattering of that because he says in the beginning with Dolores, she says that quote, and he says that those are wise words, but maybe we don't deserve it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
No, I'm saying- yeah, I
William,
agree with you to an extent.
William just wants, he initially just wants to exploit it, and then, but what is Ford's? I don't understand. What was his goal?
I think to create.
I think Ford saw AI
He's an artist.
a lot of times.
No,
Steven
Arnold was
Spielberg's
the
AI.
artist.
But Ford is also an
And
artist.
he realized that the robots at the end of AI were the future of humanity. So he's like, I'm going to do that. and he knows all the humans are going to die.
Who is this?
This is Ford watching AI, Steven Spielberg's AI, back in 2000. When was that
right,
released?
yeah.
2003. I don't know. And I think he's like, the humans, they're going to fuck it all up. All that's going to be left of us are the robots. That's what he sees. Yeah, that's all that's going to be left.
That's it. There's
Listeners, in the comments, why don't you tell us, what does Ford want? What did he want?
a Chevy.
What is his
Did he
goal?
want? A good thermos.
He eludes me.
No, you ever heard that theory that the whole point of humanity is that we're basically in the caterpillar stage and AI and robots?
Pupa!
Yeah,
I'm
we're
a
the
butterfly,
pupa,
bitch.
and what we're building through technology is a giant cocoon. And then once we reach a precipice, the butterfly that is AI robots is the next generation, the next step in evolution for humans.
So
Like-
we're just a means to the AI.
We're just a means to create the plastic people who will
I
then
see.
continue on from us, the
like
immortals.
the bacteria led to us.
There are children.
Exactly.
Like Cylons.
Man, that's a shitty
Can't we
idea.
coexist?
I
at
feel
first,
pretty
Why do we have to be
terrible
gone? Why
right
do we have
now.
to be gone?
It's going to be like Neanderthals and the Homo erectus.
Yeah.
They're going to be interbreeding a little bit. And
I gotta,
kinda,
I gotta get a gun license.
That's what
That's the
boss
last
needs, a
thing we
gun.
need.
Blow up all these fucking robots.
Someone I work with, they
Trying to replace
With
me.
a gun?
Yeah.
Explosive ammunitions? Okay.
someone I work with, they did a 23andMe thing. One of those.
Oh,
DNA
my family
tests.
did that. I refuse to do it because it also tells you predisposition towards certain cancers and stuff. I was like, I don't need to know that shit.
I don't need to know that. I don't talk to doctors.
What am I gonna? If my genetics say, hey, you're gonna have this type of cancer, it's 80% chance. I don't want to know that.
All right, fair enough.
You want to know that?
Sure.
You want to know how
What if
most
they can
likely you'll
prevent it?
die?
Well, aren't we all most likely to die from cancer
Well,
or a car
it could
accident?
be a bus. Could be a
It
fireball.
could be. It's either one or the others. A
Could be a
fireball. I
solar
feel like the
flare.
chances of it being a fireball are way less.
You don't know if mages are gonna. Like,
I'm a
pop
planner.
out.
I would want to know.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, 23andMe, yeah, it tells you.
Oh yeah.
Your,
Anyway, one of the things that it was pretty interesting, the breakdown that you got, and then
Yeah, you get like a
nothing
nice graph.
surprising. They pretty much knew where they were from and stuff. But one of the things that her DNA had that she was a Neanderthal DNA.
Oh, she had Neanderthal.
Yeah,
DNA?
she had
really.
Neanderthal ancestry. So,
I
and it
guess
was
some
something
people
like
have it.
80, more than 80% of the customers of the 23andMe company do not have Neanderthal.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. It depends on what your haplogroup is.
Yeah.
It's something
It
like
showed a map of where she came from, theoretically out of Africa up through the Middle East and then spreading towards
How much does that cost?
Eastern Europe
it's like
and
$100,
Russia, and then
$200.
up towards Ireland.
Yeah, they
and
send
stuff.
you
Pay $5.
Well, she got it as a gift.
yeah, they send
from
you
her
they
from a
send you
family
a
member.
tube, and it has a line. You spin into the tube,
Oh,
and they say to
God.
make sure you rough up the side of your.
Never
Again, you're
mind.
giving
You're
your
not giving
information
people
to
my DNA. Fucking asshole Williams stealing it.
yeah,
It's
my
just
brother
what
did it.
It is. Oh my
My
God.
parents did it. I didn't want to do
When
it.
I
She's
find
probably a
tracking,
robot right now.
She might be. I don't know.
They made her a robot, and it might not be your wife
How
anymore.
would I know?
She might have
It
been
was my
replaced.
wife. It was my wife, guys. I forgot to tell you. This woman I work with.
No, I forget exactly.
I thought you meant you're right.
My
No,
brother,
I would give it. Actually,
somebody
I
you
would
work
give
with.
it. I
Oh,
would,
so this
I'd be
person you work
curious
with
to know.
is a
My,
robot
my
now.
wife doesn't really know where their family comes from at all. They just know Russian and Polish, and that's about it. But they don't know any details, or if that's even really super accurate. So
it's pretty accurate. Yeah. My
Oh
brother
yeah,
was
no, I'm
telling
saying
me
that's
like,
why I want them to do the test so they can get more specifics and find out if that's actually true, because they have family in Israel and all that kind of and
it
stuff
tells you
like that
what
and all
regions
over
you
the place.
came from,
Yeah.
and it
I would
follows your
wanna know.
haplogroup all the way back as far. I think it's through your mother's bloodline. It can go back so far.
I would want to know, but I'm not sending my fucking DNA. Fuckers.
You think they don't already have it, man? You're
don't.
kidding yourself.
They
I
don't.
have it. You've been sipping out of my
kidding yourself.
Christmas glass.
By the way, he works for Ancestry.com. Full disclosure. Haven't you noticed that whenever he's cleaning up after we leave, I notice because I peer back in through the window.
I put all your napkins in a little plastic bag.
He's got a
Yeah,
latex. He's got a latex glove on, and he's grabbing our
glasses
cups
in
and
plastic
Yeah.
ziplocs. Puts stamps on them.
postage on it.
and he's
Put it in
muttering
the
to himself,
mailbox.
"Another great sampling."
Put it in a
And there's
writes
that
in his
pile of
notebook.
styrofoam peanuts in the corner.
Where
I
were
did.
we?
I was like 90. It was like 90% Caucasian, 3 to 4% African, and something Native American, but I had no Asian.
No Asian. Fuck.
I would have liked some Asian.
Disappointing.
I would have liked some. I would like some Asian too.
But yeah, like Dexter,
co-opted
if
new
both you guys
culture.
do it, it's going to be mostly Caucasian. And what's interesting is like Indian
Indian
genetics are Caucasian. And
so from the subcontinent, you mean, like the country of India?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're Jewish, because if you're Jewish on my mom's side, it's Sephardic Jews from Spain. And it tells you all this
Cathartic Jews.
No, not cathartic.
They're always having some kind of revelation.
I understand.
Yes. Now
that's what it
I
is, right?
see.
Sephardic? Am I
It's
saying
all
that right?
making sense.
Oy vey!
I had a revelation, a vision, Marty.
Now sit down here. Let me tell you something.
Sephardic, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. And
Like
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's what it tells you, and it's very interesting if you're into that.
Yeah, no, that's right. I want to know because
Another sponsor.
I know I'm like
I'm
like a mutt. You know what I mean? On my side, we have like family from, but it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be mostly Eastern and Western Europe, but I just want to know for sure. I want to know because we have like this, like my mom's side of the family. This is all Jewish side, like from Ukraine, allegedly.
There's a specific
There's all
test.
these weird stories. I want to know.
If you think you're mostly European, there's a specific European test that tells you pretty exact what regions your blood came from.
Anyway, it seemed cool, but at the same time, it's the same concerns that you have, boss. Like, you got to send your DNA away.
No way.
And then also,
My brother
that's
did
not
it,
it.
and I figured I'd be pretty similar to my
What
brother.
they do too is she was showing me. They come back to you and they say they want to do like follow-up questions. So they ask questions like based on your medical history. So it's kind of like it gives like a different understanding of this.
They're never enough fucking info about
Greedy.
you.
It's always
But
more.
my brother was showing me. It gives you like it's almost like a friends list. Like it lists you're related to this person,
Yes,
this person.
She
this
got
person.
a map of the country saying you have this many people in California that are DNA relatives.
And then you can message each other and say, "Hey, did you know?"
Hey, can I borrow some money?
Exactly. We've
Hey,
been
cuz.
reaping it in. It's changed my life. Hey, we had the same great grandpa.
But you know what?
Where's my cash?
You know what they do too? This is the scammy kind of part of it. Is that she got this really cool breakdown, and they show like, oh, here's like your mother's side of the family, here's like your father's side, and this is the percentages that you know comprise your DNA. But if you want like a more thorough breakdown, detailed breakdown, you have to pay more for this other.
Oh, boss, you
package.
can get it right now for $79.
That's what they do.
look-
They do that. That's the preliminary like
They
testing
can pay
that they
me
do. That's
$100.
cheaper.
I'm not giving
See,
them
they
my
probably
DNA.
They probably got complaints. Now they separate health and ancestry. You can separate that. If you just want the ancestry.
I'm gonna burn that place down.
It's the internet, so
DNA farmers.
Chinese DNA farmers. It's like, oh man, it doesn't pay off to be a gold farmer in WoW anymore. I guess they're DNA farming in the real world.
That's the logical
It's the same
step.
people. It's the same people.
All right, I've been in Strathholm all weekend getting gold from these elites.
Boy,
but,
Stranglethorn Vale isn't
maybe people
working
can
out.
send me their spit, and I'll charge them for that. Yes, that's the next logical step in this process. Jonah takes over the world. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
What the? Wow, what is happening? A giant battle.
Hey! Tell him, is that you?
Barry?
What are you doing down here?
What is this?
You're at the front lines, Tom. It's the lizard people. They're attacking the mole people.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Oh, it's a mole person.
A mole person.
You're the chosen one, Tom. From the makers of toilet pants. It's Karate Pill.
Karate pill?
Take the pill, Tom.
Friend, is that you? Give me the pill. Gulp. Karate move number one. Yeah, kick. Yeah, karate punch. Yeah, karate kick. Yeah.
What? They won the battle, Tom! You've done it!
Karate Bill. Yeah.
Onward, Tom, to your next quest.
I'm going, friend.
Karate Pill is alive. Anyone under Karate Pill is hallucinating and doesn't know what to do. There's no such thing as mole people. You're probably hallucinating.
Coffee approved. All right, so Westworld. I like this episode because we got to see the real world.
Yeah.
I love seeing the flashbacks with William and also
And his beautiful family, and how he takes over the company.
and Bernard showing Dolores around. I thought that was really interesting. I love this party they go to. And I was telling you, Dexter, in that scene where they freeze the opening shot.
Yeah.
And Dolores, Teddy picks up the can for Dolores, and then you see
Old man
Delos, Scottish Delos, who loves sitting in awkward poses.
He's spitting, one might even say.
Using all those butt muscles that exist.
Let me get very uncomfortable while you're telling me the plan, you wee cunt.
You fucking ball
You
bag.
cheeky cunt.
Oh, yeah, the Inventor. You would have liked that. Inventor, what did you think?
Yeah, I was just.
If you're out there.
All right, and so I love the acting with McPoyle. By
Yeah.
the way, we keep saying Bernard. It's Brunard. Brunard.
Brunard, damn it.
Wyatt. Brunard. Okay, so McPoyle.
I think
that
it's
interaction.
Bernard.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Shut up.
You guys say Bernard. Huh? I get it.
Yeah, Brunard.
Way to break it
I
down.
thought we established this
Way to
last
break
week.
it down, boss.
Well, his acting I thought was so great because he says to the guy, "Hey,
I'm
look,
acting."
I thought you were a businessman, and if you can't understand the fact that we're getting all these people's secrets, what the fuck kind of businessman are you, asshole,
Yeah.
bitch?"
Yeah.
And you saw like he's saying that, and he's kind of scared the way he says it. I wonder how many
He
takes.
took a big chance. You know
Yeah.
what it was, though, too? He's like, look, I'm marrying this guy's daughter. So...
Better start acting like his bratty son.
No, but I'm saying, so it's not like he's not just anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He
like,
took a chance.
he's not going anywhere. You got to figure. I'm in. He's the only guy who really could have said that. Maybe the only thing is his son even would have been dismissed because he acknowledges like, hey, he's a fuck up.
But what I love is the Scottish guy, when he approaches him, you can see there's that look in his face. Like, I want to ensure this guy said that, which I respect.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure he's scared. And then you have it said in parentheses, swallow.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty drastic. Yeah.
And so the second he heard the gulp, he's like, okay, he's scared. All right, tell me your plan. Like,
Now,
I thought
do
it was
you
really good.
think that the other reason... So he outlines that whole kind of sinister plan to old man Delos there to convince him to commit all the money. But now, do you think that... Because Ed Harris... And now I'm assuming when Ed Harris, old man William, says, it's my biggest mistake that I built, that he's referring to the plan that,
Yes.
he sold the guy.
He's referring to the fact that he's gathering all this
Right.
information.
So now... Do you think that he only sold him on this plan so that he would invest money so that he can continue to see Dolores?
No.
Like, he
because
just really, his motive ultimately was just to go to the park.
Yeah, he loves the
Yeah.
idea of this park where, like...
And so he's like, I got to find a way to have
He gets to
have
be
him commit. So I
himself,
basically
man.
own this place.
Yeah, he hates this work. He hates all this
But I'm
hoity-
saying, so like, he
hoity
didn't even
crap.
give a shit about the plan he was selling. He was just selling him a line.
Yeah, pretty much, because
Yeah.
he says...
And that's
my
why it's the biggest mistake.
Yeah.
Because it puts so much power in the fucking people.
But it was the only thing he could think of at
Yeah.
the time.
I would think, I think that's a logical reason there. And
But now, I bet you that they did use that information. I guarantee they used that information already, like, over
Yeah.
the years, to create some of the most important technology in the world. Because there's that scene in the first season where Ed Harris, William, is sitting down at the campfire with that other group, and the one guy's like, I just want to come and say thank you, blah, 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 because you saved my sister's life or whatever the fuck. And then he's like, I'm on my fucking vacation, you goddamn fuck, or whatever he says to him. And then,
Maybe the way to cure all diseases.
so, like, they must have... I bet you they used all this kind of stuff.
Maybe the
sorry.
way to cure all diseases is to just replicate somebody with a robot.
Well, I was just saying, you can harvest organs from a clone robot.
Oh, but I think what Boss is saying now, Boss, correct
You
me
just
if I'm
replace
wrong.
them with a robot.
Yeah, but it's their human brain in there.
Well, that brings up a
Their
a
thoughts.
question online I read. It said, okay,
in a robot.
here's a
body.
hypothetical. You get into a horrible car accident. You wake up in a hospital, and they say, okay, look, we do have a clone of you, and we can transplant your thoughts into this robot.
Your body's going to die? Is that what's happening?
Your body's dying, but
they're telling
we
you this
have
now?
a replica body. It's exactly you. We're going to put all your thoughts into this thing. You will cease to exist, but the idea of you will still exist and still keep on going.
But it won't be you. But
It
it'll
won't be
an-
you.
Oh.
It's just you, but it's not the you are now.
Oh,
it's
no,
a
I
new
wouldn't
you.
do it. This sounds like a question for Carl Pilkington.
Now,
by the
let's
way.
say, okay, I will do it, and then like, oh, okay, Dexter died, but he had his replica clone, and now you're sitting here right now acting exactly as you would.
But it's not me. You would know it's not me.
That's the question.
I wouldn't do it.
But it's exactly the same. It's exactly like it is now. Hanging
Well,
out
maybe
with
that
Dexter.
sounds like a question for you to be asked. Maybe
Well,
my
boss, what do you
wife,
think?
maybe my wife or my friends would be asked that question by the doctor, and they would say, the doctor would say to them, "Hey, look, he's dying. He's not going to make it, but we can do this." And it's your guys' decision on
Okay.
whether or not you still want me around.
Now,
But you know it's not me. Because for
Hey.
me to make that decision, I'm going to be dead. What do I care?
Like the host lady says, if you can't tell the difference, does it really matter?
Oh,
okay,
do you mean
now-
that the doctor would lie to the family
no.
and
Okay,
friends?
now let's reverse the question.
Okay.
Let's say tomorrow you learn, by the way, that happened to you, Dexter. You
Yeah.
are the replication
Yeah.
of your former self. How do you react? Oh my god, he did not take that well.
And then imagine it's like when in the Alien movies when the android gets damaged and the white stuff starts spewing everywhere. Yeah,
Bunch of milk flies out of
yeah,
him.
exactly.
Why do we fill them with milk?
Now I feel like that would be detrimental to the replacement to hear that, don't you?
It depends on what,
Unless they're operating on
Depends
the
on-
knowledge that they are not the real Dexter.
would you even believe it? Imagine, no, I'm serious. I'm dead
How
serious.
would I know? So
Exactly,
are you guys
like
fucking,
a
are
doctor-
you gaslighting me right now?
No, I'm not gaslighting, but imagine tomorrow you wake up and your doctor, you say, oh, the doctor calls, oh, you need to come in.
I don't know.
No, they call you in. It's like, we
Yeah.
have a big thing. The contract's up. We have to let you know. It was in the contract. We have to let you know in this state. Blah, blah, blah. They lay it out for you. You are the replication of your former self. You actually died in this horrible accident. They show you pictures of your main corpse. We transferred you over to a
I feel
clone
like
body.
I don't know. I feel like it's not the same because I don't have any memories of that past life. So it's a completely different life.
No, you have all
It's
the,
almost a completely different
you
person.
have all the memories.
Well, I do have all the
except for the
memories.
accident.
Yeah.
When the accident happened, they cut off that part of your memory and just
Yeah, but
continued
it's
it
not
from there.
actually me.
No, it's you. It's your thoughts.
is your
No, no,
brain.
I know, but it's not me.
So is there a soul then? Are you saying?
I'm saying it's like, before you're born, you have obviously no memory of them because you didn't exist yet. So
Yeah.
like I would have, like this Dexter would have stopped existing, and another Dexter with all of this Dexter's memories would start existing, but it's not this Dexter. So this one's dead and gone. So it's not actually
Or
me.
you're the replicant.
It's a new version of me. Like you said, it's a replica of me with my memories, but it's not me.
All right, it's a tough
not
question.
my brain.
There's no answer to this.
No, it's
This
as
is
if
just a thought
no,
exercise.
it's basically it's as if imagine there's another Dexter sitting next to me right now with all of my memories, a perfect copy,
Flee the scene.
right? And then you kill me.
No. Turn it off.
And then
Turn it off.
too many.
It's not fun anymore.
One was too much. So imagine there's another one, exact perfect copy next to me, all the same memories, everything you've described.
Hide the
Then-
wine.
Then boss shoots me in the head and kills me.
As he's
And then the
like-
other one just takes
Oops,
over
wrong
and moves
one.
on. So this one is gone, and then now it's like two different. I'm saying it's like two different people. If you cloned yourself, that's a different person. It's a clone of you on a DNA level, even if they have a way to clone your memories and all that stuff. But it's still two actually different people who can
Right, but if
experience things differently.
If there were two of you, that completely changes everything because if you had to clone yourself and the other one died, then you're
Yeah,
clone
but
would
you're just
continue on
talking.
as a
I'm just talking
singularity.
about the timeline. Let's say
Right.
like we existed for exactly 1 second at the same time. You know what I mean?
like a Mr. Meeseeks.
Like it's. Well, I'm just
Hi,
trying
Mr.
to.
Meeseeks, look at me. Hey.
Look at me.
More Rick and Morty jokes Dexter will
Oh,
never get because
Lord.
he will
No,
never
I
watch
saw
the
that
show.
episode.
Okay.
I've stopped watching. Really, I watched a few episodes into the second season,
Boss, do you know what a Mr.
and then
Meeseeks
apparently
is?
all
No,
the
what's
fans
that?
ruined it.
Rick hands the family a device. You press a button, Mr. Meeseeks appears. He's like an androgynous blue person.
Yeah.
You give him a task, he will perform that task and then disappear from existence. Because Mr. Meeseeks do not like existing. They want to be as non-existent as quickly as they can. So it's like, Psh, Mr. Meeseeks, hey, I'm Mr. Meeseeks, hey, look at me, here I am. Open up this can of pickles. Open, psh, disappears.
Once
Like a genie.
Once they finish their task, they're done. But the dad keeps on making
The
friends
dad makes
to
a stupid
hang out
request.
with.
He wants 2 strokes off his golf game, and it becomes a near
He
impossibility.
can't do it, and then the Meeseeks keep on making new Meeseeks
Yeah.
to help them out,
And it's
and it never ends because they cannot fulfill the task.
Yes.
And then Pickle Rick shows up apparently, or something along those lines.
Which
and then,
I've never seen the Pickle Rick
I don't know.
episode.
I don't know. All I know is that
What people are talking about when they say
apparently I've been told that the fans of the show ruined the show. It's one of those situations
that. Yeah, it's like
where it's like, oh, now it's
don't
like,
wanna say.
oh, Rick and Morty. Oh, you like that?
it's like
show,
a
huh?
little kid, and they think like yelling out shit randomly.
Pickle Rick.
Yeah, like, oh, wow.
What's up? I saw a thing online where a guy had gotten a Pickle Rick tattoo.
It's just
And
so...
he was-
shut up. It's like if me
And
and
he
you
was
went out
already
in public,
having it removed.
Like, just start yelling out Mystery Science Theater quotes.
Yeah, or talking about Asimov.
And we
Or
said-
record themselves talking about Westworld.
Putting it on the internet. Okay.
Anyway,
Gustav Fring.
good question.
You have no... Okay.
Interesting conversation.
I forget what we were talking
That was
about.
all me answering. What about you guys?
It'll be a tough choice. I don't know what I would say.
don't
But I
know
guess
what
for
I'd
the
do.
betterment of the people around me, for my family, yeah, have a
But now,
replica
does
of me.
your family know that this decision is being made?
It would
That's
almo-
a
it
key
would-
question.
It would almost be better if no one knew
If they
except
didn't
me.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
no one else
otherwise,
knew I
that
would
would
do
just
it.
be creepy. Now my wife's basically got to live with a new Dexter, knowing that it's not the Dexter she married.
I guess.
My child. Is this daddy? I don't understand. He's not screaming as much as he used to.
Didn't we once on How Do we talked about it, teleportation? How that was an issue too.
Yeah.
Like
they
in terms
kill
of
you
the
and
fly
remake
to
you.
Yeah,
oh
killing you,
Star Trek.
remaking you in a
Oh
new
yeah,
place.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah,
well, in
that's
like
weird.
this always comes up in Enterprise, in the series Enterprise for Star Trek. This is a big issue because they start in that series to actually use the transporter for people in emergency situations.
Yeah.
And one episode is
Oh.
the
It's weird.
transporter,
Yeah.
the one woman who is like the translator, the Uhura of that ship. She has serious hang-ups about it, but there's an emergency situation. They have no
Yeah.
choice. They absolutely have to use it on her. And then she spends the whole episode is about her like freaking out and having these nightmares.
Yeah.
What about one episode they transport a guy and he has like plants inside
he's
of
killed.
him?
He's killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucked it up. Now,
You don't want to plant inside.
but like, but by the time Next Generation is on and Voyager and everything, they've perfected it, basically. Mm-hmm. I mean, as much as you can.
Yeah.
There's always something that causes interference or something in an emergency
Right.
situation. But would you have any trepidations about using it at that period of time in the 24th century?
No, I don't think I would do that.
At that time, I don't think I would give a shit.
I wouldn't do it. No.
Plus, aren't there people? There's wackos. If you think about what the thing that how this whole thing
talking
works. There's wackos. No, hold on. Think about this.
park.
If you do have any trepidations about it, about using the giant, where you have to go to the transporter room. There's an entire room that's dedicated to this gigantic machine to transport you, to break you down at a molecular level and reassemble you. But then you have maniacs that are out there that just have a thing like that does the same thing that just wear on their wrist.
What do you mean? What?
Yeah, wait, what?
In
It
some
sounds familiar.
episodes, don't they have that?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
There's been like people who have done that.
Like portable transport?
And it's like like they tamper with
yeah.
transporter.
I'd
or
have
whatever.
trepidations.
Am I
I
mixing
wouldn't use a
Doctor Who
transporter.
up
I
You
wouldn't
might
use it.
be, 'cause
with
that sounds
with
Whovian
Star
to me.
Trek? Is that like a Doctor Who thing that I'm kind
No,
of
they do
mixing
that.
up?
No, they do that in Star Trek.
Because
too.
Doctor
I
Who,
saw a recent episode.
There are
they do
characters
that.
in Doctor Who that have done
Yeah,
that where
yeah.
they do like time
No, they
jumps
do
with
that.
a wrist thing.
They do that.
Okay, but I feel like I've definitely seen that in Star Trek
I wouldn't transport though. No,
because that's fucking nuts.
Not
to
in
do
the
that.
early stages.
not for me.
Not in the early
I don't
stages.
think I would do it at all. I'd
Really?
be
So
really
even on the
convinced
Enterprise?
that I'm not being killed.
So even on the Enterprise, you wouldn't do that. Yeah, how do you know it's
I'm
not
not
like?
going on the fucking Enterprise. Fucking crazy. All the shit they get into.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, it's like a beautiful 1993 hotel room that you
great,
live in.
great space
No.
adventure, man. You got a big screen, big nice couch,
The view is
Insanity.
nothing.
Klingons to drink with.
Picard yelling at you.
No way.
You there, Ensign?
All right, so William,
Wash my balls.
old William, and
No, wait. One
past-
more question.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. Wait, no, I lost it. I had a thought. I
You'll
was going to ask
remember it.
something. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
The credits are about to roll, by the way.
That's okay. I think we got the gist of it.
Gustav Fring makes an appearance.
Oh, yes.
which I thought was awesome,
Immediately did.
and then he was
He's
dead.
good. Yeah.
But he was great.
I remembered.
really good.
I remembered.
Dexter remembered.
Or you're saying, so you think with the transfer, sorry, we're jumping all over the place. The transporter conversation, right?
Yeah.
You think it might be like The Prestige? Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that movie.
Twin.
Like twins.
Yeah, like you basically like make another one of yourself and the
Yeah,
other one gets
I-
killed.
I don't
And
want
are
that
you
happening.
the one that's getting killed or are you the one that gets transported? Hugh Jackman doesn't even know which one it's going to be.
If Wolverine can't figure it out,
We're
I don't
fucked.
want no business with it to do.
I would need to know the science down to the science, and I
Down
wouldn't.
to the science.
Even
To
if
the
I did,
science,
it
down to
probably-
the science.
down
probably
to the
wouldn't do it.
science of it. You need Harry Kim to tell you what's
Unless
what.
they open up some kind of portal that links me to a
What?
different
Portals
spot in
now?
space and time. That's the only That's the only teleporting I would do.
You're telling me.
No, hold on.
I trust.
This is it. Hold on.
I will say that.
Hey,
Hold on.
opening portals
If a
is
gnome is
safer
teleporting
than
me,
the
I trust the gnome.
transporter?
Listen, because it's just a gateway to another. It's
Listen to him,
another.
Dexter.
It's another place in time. It's not that I'm.
It's
being
like a wormhole.
Dematerialized and rematerialized.
It's like a
That's
magical
completely
time.
different.
How do you know?
Because
Because
the
I'm not
science is
being
there.
dematerialized. I'm just walking through a portal.
Remember Wrinkle in Time? You take 2 points in space and time, connect
Yeah,
them.
I guess so.
Take a piece of paper, you
That's
fold
true.
it.
That's true.
Poke a hole in it.
Yeah, if it's a space and time thing.
that I would do.
Yeah. You would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't help you if you're like trapped on another planet and then they say, we gotta open a portal for you to another space and time. Then I could do that. I just
How
want
am
to
I
get you
getting
from
trapped
A to
on
B.
other planets?
Because you're on the Enterprise.
I'm not.
Surprise,
I'm not on
motherfucker. Enterprise, surprise. Now, do you think that in Westworld, at this timeline, have they achieved space travel? Is there a Martian or a moon base?
I was gonna ask you this, and I do think
I think
they
they're
might be setting
focusing
this
a lot
up.
on AI.
I think later on, like
Moon World.
maybe the penultimate episode, they're going to reveal like a technology that we can't. Like we're going to be shocked to learn, like, oh, they can do that. Like it's going to be something like
Yeah.
they're going to reveal something big, like whoa.
You know what
like,
would be
they can do
crazy?
that.
Is
What?
if, everybody was speculating that they're actually like in the South China Sea or something like that. Westworld, or it's an island like near China, and that's why you see like the Chinese military force and the corporate guy from Delos is like, have them sign a fucking NDA and get the hell out of here. Like, we don't need them. And you see they're clearly in like a kind of Chinese or Asian country city in the flashbacks with Brunard and Dolores and everything.
Look, Singapore.
Now, what if they're actually on the moon?
Well,
And this is a base.
not on
This
the
is a
moon.
base on the moon.
I thought you were leading
and
to
it's
something.
just surprise. I'm not
something
and
my
or Mars
6-year-old
or
nephew
Mars.
came up with in a dream.
or Mars, and this is all like the same thing. Like countries have divvied up space
No.
because you got to figure in space travel, it's probably going to be America and China.
I'm not thinking anything space related, but I do think they're going to reveal technology that's in the real world that maybe even the robots are going to be like shocked as we are as viewers to like, wait, humans, like they can do that, and they're telling us they can do that. So
What about even two? Because that would explain
Might not
why,
happen.
Why does
Probably
it take
won't.
so long for the reinforcements to show up? They show up like a week or 2 weeks later
yeah,
because they got to travel. They
Why
got
are
to
they
get
only-
everybody from Earth to the moon.
why are they only sending in 600 to 800?
Yeah, why?
things?
That's such a weird number. That struck me as strange.
It's weird.
You're telling me that your $1 trillion whatever investment. How much money does this thing cost? I mean, how much money did Delos have and
wasn't
then
it
make?
like 60,000 a day or something like that.
Something like that,
Sound
yeah.
ridiculous.
I mean, so let's say trillions, and they only send 600 to 800 when they get word that the whole thing is fucking blowing up.
Well, that's
Wouldn't
what I'm
they
thinking.
send? Wouldn't they send like here's 10,000 soldiers? I don't understand.
Maybe they have. Maybe it's not even soldiers to talk about. 600, 800 Gundams are going to come flying in or
Now
something.
that would be fucking cool.
Like Mecha Godzilla is just soaring.
Oh, like Iron Man suits. Tony Stark sold Delos.
I actually want to see Infinity War because I've been hearing.
Oh,
a lot
I
of
really
good
wanna see
things
that too,
about it.
yeah.
And they say it's pretty.
What I want to do is, I might go next week. I'm going to be off next week.
Okay, because I'd be interested to go. And
Maybe we can catch a matinee.
because what I found interesting, they say there's like 50 main characters.
Yeah.
And somehow it's cohesive and they
Oh,
make
yeah.
it work. I'm just interested to see how you can pull off 50 different heroes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther,
Yeah,
the Avengers.
I haven't seen Black Panther yet. What I want to do is I want to watch Thor Ragnarok. Definitely,
I heard that was good too because
that was supposed to be funny. Taika Waititi or whatever from Flight of the Conchords and indie film director from New Zealand. He directed that. It's supposed to be like really funny.
Yeah, and I don't know if you ever saw the cartoon Planet Hulk.
No.
That was I forget who wrote the comic, but it's basically Hulk is considered too dangerous to be on Earth, so he's sent to another planet.
Yeah.
And the other planet is like has these aliens, and he gets involved in the war there, and he becomes like a king.
That's funny.
And it's like it's his own
That's
story.
cool.
He has like a sci-fi story with the
Yeah.
Hulk, and that's what Ragnarok seems to be, but also with Thor.
Yeah, like Thor's captured, I think, and sent into the same kind of thing that I think
Yeah.
that's how they meet. They end up meeting in like this kind of gladiator thing.
It's like elements of
I
that.
think, but I want to see that, which is out like on demand or whatever, and then I gotta watch like Black Panther, and then I do want to see next week. I do want to watch Infinity War. I was thinking about going during the day, so maybe we can do that.
All right.
Boss,
just
take
let me
off
know.
work. We'll play hooky and we'll go see Infinity War.
If it's in the morning, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay matinee price.
Oh yeah, and it's quieter too at the theater.
Oh, no one's there. I saw. That's how I saw Ready Player One. I only paid. It was only like $8, and I just wanted to see it because I was like,
no, I don't care. I'll see. I'll go to any movie.
No, but I said it on
in
Discord.
the movie theater to watch it like alone, practically.
When I
in
said
a
on
theater.
Discord, your brother was like, "Why would you give money to that garbage?"
He's so pretentious. That's why I asked him, like, if I asked him about Rick and Morty, he's like, "Oh yeah, the fans ruined that show." Blah blah blah. Or I'd be like, "Oh, I really like this game. Oh, let me tell you something about this game." He's always such a
There's always
fucking
something
downer
there.
with that shit.
I don't know what to say around.
Oh my
him anymore.
god, he's so. It's like, all right, I was just telling you that I enjoyed it. I thought we could laugh about it. I didn't need a whole like explanation about the history of it and why it sucks now.
I forget where I was going, but yeah, Ready Player One. I forget.
Oh, the matinee and stuff, and
I forget why I brought it
oh,
up.
sorry.
It is what it is.
Anyway, you just heard our plans for next week.
will you join us? Guess where we are, and you can come watch Infinity War with.
Wow, what a treat!
Yeah.
Buy me popcorn.
Guess where and when, and there you go.
Yeah.
Meet StS Enterprises in the flesh.
We like to go when the theater's empty, so if you walk in, you just see two guys there.
Yeah.
With glasses
With
and
glasses
facial
and
hair.
facial hair.
Scared that you might be one of the listeners.
Oh boy.
That's
Just yell out the code word. Huckleberry Hound!
Oh,
Huckleberry Hound!
Do it.
That's
That'd
a
be
good
great.
one.
Now you know
It's
if we
gonna
walk
happen.
into a theater and someone starts yelling Huckleberry
who's
Hounds,
gonna do that?
we're gonna be on our
Oh
toes.
shit! Yeah,
Yeah.
I might leave.
Probably, yeah.
Oh god. I'll
Let's go
initiate
see
my.
Black Panther. It's still playing while
I
the
feel like
Avengers
if I
are
was a
on.
Initiate my
super
emergency
fan, I could try to
jetpack.
guess.
Huh?
I would go to it. I would go if I was a super
He's
fan.
gonna tell them exactly where we're
All
gonna
the
go.
way.
I would do it
Tuesday.
Tuesday at 2:00.
Oh, that's too late. Tuesday's a good day though.
I'm free
Probably
Thursdays and
Tuesday.
Fridays.
All right, Thursday. Well, I'll go on.
Actually, I'm free most mornings throughout the week, but
Yeah.
definitely free Thursdays.
Well,
and
now they
Fridays.
know your schedule.
maybe this Friday. Maybe this Friday morning. I'll be off Friday.
Certain
through
days,
next Friday.
certain times of the day I'm working from home. Other times of the day I'm working
Out and about.
out and about. You don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It is a mystery. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what he does.
AI.
He just has money somehow.
I work for Westworld. Let's just say my dog is very rich.
Oxnard, Brunard.
Oh boy! Oh my God!
Oxnard
The
what?
similarities are uncanny.
I said Oxnard, Brunard.
You know how Brunard's he's building a house. Dolores saw it. She
They
felt
both
up the
wear
bricks.
glasses. They both have beards.
Okay, so
All right. So our plans for later this week or early next week are established. What else is next?
I was going to ask, who do you think was the first specimen they got DNA from?
Oh.
Do you think Delos Jr. willingly gave his DNA? He's already fucking everything that moves in that park.
Oh, I don't know.
I wonder.
But they're all
I don't
super
know.
rich, and they got all the super rich under their.
That's true.
super
They're all
thumbs.
super rich.
Just fucking blew your
I mean,
question
all the
off.
visitors.
Didn't give it any thought.
It's not about who; it's about all.
Well, okay.
All right. I like that philosophy.
All right, so Dolores goes
I don't know.
in
That's a good. I don't know. Yeah.
to meet with the what are these guys? The Adirondis? What are they called?
They're Confederates.
Confederados or something.
Confederados. All right, they're eating-
They look like they're eating a delicious meal.
yeah,
Maybe
the bread
very
looks
hungry
too
to watch
good.
them.
Nitpick
yeah.
number one
Yeah.
of this episode.
Yeah, and they've got delicious turkeys, perfectly roasted.
The guy she brought back
bust.
to life never speaks, and he has a black eye, like a black-eyed child,
Like black-eyed peas.
or black-eyed children. Creepy
What's that?
pasta.
Oh, is that a creepypasta?
Oh, what isn't these days?
I guess you're right. In the age of Trump? I don't know.
Everything's creepy pasta. I can search creepy pasta. You give me a random word. There's
But
someone
green
wrote-
spaghetti shows up.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
Oh.
Some guy wrote some blog somewhere, some creepy story about green spaghetti.
Mario Batali pissing
Yeah.
in the pasta.
I found the Dr. Seuss book, Green Spaghetti, that Dr. Seuss didn't want you to know about, kids.
Green spaghetti, yes please.
And then he writes like a diary. This is a creepypasta. He writes like journal entries like, today I read page 3. The walls are bleeding and my grandma says I'm ugly.
Oh,
Day 46, losing sanity. Creepypastas.
think I'll write children's books.
Yes. So,
Well, boss walked away. I don't know where he went.
well, Dolores now, she's got the Confederados to fight against.
Federados. That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and he's gathering them up to fight against the QA who are
She
coming
raised
in.
them from the dead.
This is going to reach a point based on like a preview, I guess, but they showed Maeve. I think I said this last week. It showed Maeve in like with a samurai sword.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did I not say that last week?
I don't think so. No, you alluded to you saw like the season like coming attraction after the first episode.
This was the first episode right before the show. They did
yeah.
like a Westworld trailer for the season.
Okay.
And one of the quick shots was Maeve with a katana.
Wow.
And so they're going into Samurai World at some point.
That's awesome. And we
so-
did see at the end of the coming attractions for the next episode
Tiger!
of this one, Tiger.
Uppercut!
CGI Tiger. Yeah.
Tiger.
Hiya!
Tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger uppercut. Street Fighter 2.
Is that what he says? Tiger uppercut?
Yeah.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, Tiger.
Tiger!
No, Tiger.
Oh, Tiger?
Uppercut.
Right, Ryu says that?
No.
Is Street Fighter? In the game?
Oh, not Tiger, Sagat.
Oh, okay. Uppercut! Tiger uppercut! Tiger uppercut!
3 Tiger uppercuts kills you? That's
Wow.
an OP, man.
Definitely.
All right.
Oh, that's some newbie shit. They don't allow that in attorneys a bit. Let us know already. Feel free to let us know what you wanted us to talk about that we
Yeah.
didn't. We covered a
Yeah.
lot of stuff not related to the show.
Yes, we read the comments, but I'm not...
We don't always talk about them.
No, not that, but we're not going to be, like, reading them in the video. I think...
Yeah.
If you leave a comment that's like, ooh, that's interesting, we'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so... don't worry, the inventor... The animation is done. It's basically just the robot blinking.
Oh, what did he say? He wanted it to be animated?
No, because I said it was going to be
Oh,
animated.
he said it would be all good.
But for some reason, my Flash stopped working. So I,
that's
quote-unquote,
fucked up.
acquired a version of Flash that
Yes.
I can use. But he says an interesting thing here. The bit where Ed Harris puts on his new black hat is a carbon copy of the way Eastwood used to do it in the spaghetti westerns. Same lighting and everything.
Oh,
Really?
Didn't catch that.
Oh, an homage.
cool.
Well,
I love those spaghetti westerns. You can watch Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I think that's on...
Yeah,
I
That's
think
a
so. It's
classic.
like a few dollars and a few dollars more and stuff.
That movie's
I think those
3
are all on.
hours. I didn't realize
The Good,
that.
the Bad, and the Ugly is?
Yeah. It's a long,
It's a long,
movie.
yeah.
A lot of
movie.
glaring.
Yeah,
Movies
comments.
2/3 glares.
Yeah, so leave a comment. Tell us how awesome we are. We like that.
That's true. Who doesn't?
And someone says you guys need to make a Discord. We do have a Discord,
Yeah, but it's...
but it's private.
Yeah. Sorry, fuckers.
Hey, listen, we don't want you to know when we're on Discord. Then you'll talk to us,
So
and
is
then
that
we'll
what people
feel
do now?
obligated to talk to
Well, here's
you.
I don't know
Is
how
that what
We
people
just want to
do?
relax.
Can't we make a public, like, STS
Yeah.
public Discord?
Isn't that what people do?
You can do that.
Sure.
I think that's what he means.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously we talk on Discord with ourselves.
That could be funny, like, next week or someday, or
Yeah.
in the near few
It's
years.
basically a live podcast.
Yeah, like when a show is on that we review, we just go on Discord. I don't
then
know how much we'd
everybody
be
else-
saying, because we'd be watching it. Like,
Yeah, right.
And some stranger would be saying something and be like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm watching." That's it. I'm leaving.
Oh, she got nude? Okay, mark her off the checklist.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Seen them titties.
That's all you'd hear from me.
Yeah. And then,
We saw his penis. Check.
ooh, finally.
Now, the other thing we
God
forgot to
damn.
mention,
Yeah.
Delos Jr. here seems to be doing future heroin.
Yeah. What do you think that's about? that
Now,
drug?
I'm assuming in the future, the elite super rich are going to have access to super, artificial drugs. So you get the effects of heroin without it really being the bad heroin.
But how can that be?
No
How can you get?
negatives.
That's a trick. That's
How
they
can you
trick
have a drug or anything that gives you such a pleasurable kind of effect, but not be addictive?
They figure it out.
Because then you crave that feeling again.
Well,
But if
maybe
you look
you're
at his
addicted,
arms-
it's just not bad for you.
No, if you look at his arms, he has like Requiem for a
He's
Dream.
got track marks. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, all that
definitely.
bullshit.
Oh yeah. He's
So
a heavy user.
He's going down the path. It reminds me. Remember in Minority Report?
He's sucking on those inhalers.
Yeah, it was called Narrowin. And it was
Yeah,
actually, if you were a Narrowin baby, it was your mother did Narrowin, you were born addicted to Narrowin, but that actually led to you having psychic powers. That's why those three and the
yeah.
things, they were like,
Oh yes, that's right.
they had brain damage from
Right.
the Narrowin, but it affected their synapses so they can
Predict-
do future
predict
crime
the
prediction.
future criminals, yeah.
That was a good movie. I
You're
was
arrested
watching
for
it
the
again recently.
future murder
I did
of
like
this
that movie,
guy.
even though Tom Cruise is in it.
That's the reason why I saw Ready Player One, because it's like, oh man, I haven't seen like a Spielberg movie in a theater in so long. Like the last one I saw was Like The Terminal with Tom Hanks.
Oh my God! You
Or
haven't been
maybe-
to the Spielberg movie theaters like
Or-
2004.
When was Catch Me If You Can? Was that before?
Oh,
or
that
after?
was 2004, I think, or 2002.
But it was one of those two movies. Those are the last ones a Spielberg movie I
Hold on,
saw.
I'm
Unless
looking-
there's another
hold
one
on. Let's see.
I'm really missing.
The Terminal. So you mean the bad one with Tom Hanks? That was 2004.
The Terminal was good. Wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was okay. And then
The bad one with Tom Hanks. I never heard bad and Tom Hanks
sentence,
put
that
together.
sentence doesn't make sense. I don't really like that movie that much.
It's a good movie.
I said it's okay.
It's a nice story, man. Sometimes it's good to sit in a
I don't like
theater,
all
watch
this
a-
stuff. You know, like Josephine and Napoleon didn't really love each other. Anyway,
The one with the
Catherine
pirates.
Zeta-Jones is always going on about it. Huh?
The one with the pirates?
Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, Tom Hanks. He's with the pirates.
He's with the pirates.
Whoa,
It's like
what?
a captain.
Oh,
What?
Captain Phillips? That wasn't
Yeah.
Spielberg,
Oh!
was it?
I don't know.
The Somali
That's
pirates?
Paul Greengrass, and that was much more recent. Yeah, but okay, yeah. Now,
With some recent Spielbergs for me.
Catch Me. Well, Lincoln. He did The Post.
Lincoln.
He did with Tom Hanks. He
The
did The
Post.
Bridge of Spies. Yeah, The Post about the Washington Post when they published the
Oh, yes,
Pentagon
yes.
Papers.
Haven't seen it.
Catch Me If You Can is 2002. Wow, I was right on both, guys. Just so you know, for the record.
Yeah. I remember being in high school.
No, but I got the years right
Okay.
from off the top of my noodle.
I'm pretty sure I heard 2004, but
For The Terminal, which was correct. And then I said 2002 for Catch Me If
Okay,
You
man.
Can, which was correct.
take it easy. Spielberg's not going to come
So
in and
anyway-
start sucking your dick.
Steven, call me. Well, like recent ones, like I said, The Post, then you had Bridge of Spies and Lincoln, and I don't know. Those are more recent. I saw Lincoln in theaters, and I saw...
What did he do before Ready Player One? Lincoln?
The Post.
Who did the Walt Disney movie with Tom Hanks?
Not him. But that's a good question.
Because that I did want to see, but I feel like
I always liked that movie. I thought Colin Farrell was really good in that.
I want to see.
Elizabeth Banks
Where can I
was
see
good.
these movies though?
Well, you could find them. That one, I'm sure you can find on like HBO Go or something, or on demand.
HBO Go? Now, is that something I have to look into?
Now,
I
what was your question?
was just asking.
Saving Private Ryan is the answer.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that
whatever
in
it was.
Florida. We were on vacation.
Yeah, The Post was the last thing he made. Oh, no, you were asking about... What movie were you asking about?
June 6th is coming up, man.
Oh,
You gotta watch
Saving
Private Ryan.
Mr. Banks.
Saving Mr. Banks. Yes, that's how.
Who directed this?
Walt Disney is trying to convince the author of Mary Poppins to sell Disney the movie rights to Mary Poppins. That's what. The story is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
You
P.L.
saw it?
Travers. I've seen the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It
John
looked
Lee
good.
Hancock directed it.
John Lee Hancock.
Now, he also directed the movie The Rookie with Dennis Quaid, which is based on a true story about a pitcher he's like older and he becomes a pitcher for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. He directed
Baseball. I don't think a hard
he directed
pass on
Snow
that one.
White and the Huntsman, which I don't like that movie. Oh, he directed The Founder with Michael Keaton. About Ray Kroc, the McDonald's guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, guys. He directed The Alamo.
The Alamo? What's that?
That's a shitty movie that I never liked with Billy Bob Thornton and Dennis Quaid. It's about the Alamo. It's stupid.
This is my biggest problem with Ready Player One.
Yeah.
There are many problems with Ready Player One, but just the idea, the first challenge that this guy set up in the Oasis, which is a VR world, is that like the way to beat the first challenge is you start the race and it's a race. And you're racing, you go through
Like a
Manhattan.
foot race or cars?
It's in
or-
cars, and you can use whatever vehicle you want. You can have a monster truck. You can, the main character uses the Back to the Future DeLorean, and then
cool.
so as you're going, it was actually the coolest part, special effects wise, in the movie. It's like the sounds and everything, and you see the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, and then King Kong from Peter Jackson's King Kong jumps in.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
all references. from
the
everything.
whole book is like seems like references.
That's
and
all. It's just
everything.
reference
Yeah.
after reference. In
Yeah.
fact, however, I think South Park did it better with Imagination Land. They were
Oh,
the
yeah?
first ones to do that.
That's
idea.
amazing.
Just combine every intellectual property and have them battle.
That's hilarious.
But the way you beat this race, and no one has figured this out in 4 years, is that you put your car in reverse and go backwards as fast as you can.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, "There's no way in
Why?
hell." Because what happens is you bust through the brick wall behind you, and there's a secret track, and then it leads you to the end. And the only thing, like, you can do everything, but the last thing, King Kong kind of cheats, and he will always grab you and kill you. But I just found, like, there's no way in 4 years, not one gamer in the entire world just fucking around, drunk or on high or something. Just,
Oh, shit. What are you doing, man? You're going backwards,
I'm gonna
idiot.
go backwards as fast as I can. Like, that would happen within 4 minutes.
Yeah.
If not even that. So,
Yeah. Now, does this guy have, like, multiple lives or something in this
they
Ready
explain
Player
how
One
it works.
game?
Basically, you have your avatar, and they don't call it avatar. It's whatever. Your guy.
Yeah.
It's a big, giant MMO. That's what it is. But you can be whatever you want. You can be a giant ogre. You can be explain it. But if you, some people go to this war planet, you zone in there, and it's just a constant like gunfight going on, and then you can buy weapons. But if you die, every time you kill someone, you collect their coins or whatever. You get their stuff. But if you die, you lose all your stuff. You have to start from scratch. And so some people, they've been playing for like years, and they've never died. So you have these super elite, like one of the guys, the guy from Silicon Valley who recently was arrested for calling in a bomb threat to a train. Have you heard about this?
Wait, in real life?
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
What? In real life?
Yeah, the crazy...
Kumail Nanjiani?
No. What's his
The
name?
guy that plays, like, Richard or something?
No, the guy, the incubator guy.
Oh, T.J. Miller?
T.J. Miller, yeah.
He did that in real life?
Yeah, he was drunk and some woman on the train was like annoying him, so he called in a bomb threat saying that she had something stupid.
Oh my
He fucked up.
God, what a... Oh,
But every time you look at that guy, you can tell this guy's a little
Yeah,
crazy.
he's so funny. He definitely
But he
seems
voices a
weird.
guy who's like been in the Oasis for like 10 years.
Yeah.
They never show the actual guy. The other characters, you see who they are in real life.
Yeah.
And I guess the joke is like, oh, you never expected it to be a black girl.
Oh, I thought it was a fat guy. So it's a gorgeous African-American woman.
No, the two best parts of the movie is the first 20 minutes with the race, and then one of the challenges you have to go into The Shining, the movie, which I just love. I told you, I texted you, it's like, whoa, I just realized, because they put the same film grain, the film stock effect, and they show like the big open space of the Overlook Hotel, and I was like, whoa, I never realized.
Now, boss, we were talking about this, remember, with if like AR or VR and stuff like that, and imagine if you were in like they should do horror movies like that.
Yeah, and so the joke is,
You approve of that?
Like being in a VR horror movie?
I don't approve of that.
Yeah, why not? People
yeah,
do whatever they want.
PTSD, bro.
No, they already have
people do what
VR
they want.
horror games. Like,
I guess that seems terrible. I feel like everybody be walking around horrified all
no,
the
you
time.
get used to it. You'll get used to
I
it.
guess so. Desensitized, right?
Yeah, I remember playing Penumbra for the first time. I was fucking freaked out, but once you,
Yeah, well, imagine like Penumbra, but it's like that's your actual world.
yeah,
Like, there's that. Like,
but if I knew I could escape,
I bet it happened with Ready Player One, with the same shit that happened with fucking Avatar or whatever, where people are like, "Oh, I'm depressed. I don't want to live in this world anymore. It's not as beautiful as the world of Avatar. Oh, I don't want to live."
It wasn't as bad as Avatar, but I did.
I
read
bet that I
online
would. Now imagine that. The reverse of that, if you have horror films, oh, it's not like Freddy versus Jason or whatever. Or
Wait, that's your go-to.
no,
for a
or it'd be
horror
like,
film?
I don't know. It's not, why don't I live in Aliens? But instead of like they pining for
Well,
it, it's like,
Aliens is
oh my god, I live in Aliens.
Alien is a horror movie. Aliens is more of an action thriller.
Yeah, because James Cameron,
yes.
he bullshitted it up. Game over, man.
But I was gonna say it's just cool seeing the Overlook Hotel and that wide movie screen, because I'd never realized it's imposing when you see it at home, but when you're in the movie theater and it's dead silence and they're coming down like the stairs.
I bet that
was
would
like,
be.
oh, wow.
Yeah, that must have been. That's something I never thought about with The Shining, where The Shining never really like truly scared me. I always found it like
Really? I'm disturbed to that whole
no,
movie.
it's just no. Of course, it's disturbing, but I was never like, oh my god, I can never like watch this movie. I always just like I was like, yeah, it's a really scary movie. It's like really intense and really weird and everything.
No, the atmosphere, you're constantly in a state of like what am I watching?
Uneasiness
what is really going
and
on?
constant confusion and almost. But but I mean, like I could watch. You know how easily scared I am. You know what I mean? And I've seen that movie multiple times.
But just because if something makes
but
you
if
jump,
I saw
you're
that
not scared.
in the middle of in a gigantic screen in a theater, I think it would have a much different effect on me.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I'd be like almost absorbed by the hallways.
It was cool. I mean, they kind of ruined it. They ruined it. But when it first started, I was like, "Oh, this is cool. We get to see parts of The Shining." But they don't even show Jack
Just
Nicholson.
Ready Player One like beat up Jack Nicholson. That's what I was gonna say. He like comes in, he's like, "Leave Wendy alone. You're not touching that kid ever again." Pia, pia, pia.
Yeah, Ready Player One. I don't recommend it. But
Garbage. Oh, let me ask my brother about it. And he said, "Oh, let me tell you everything that's wrong with that movie."
let me tell you why you're
Ah,
stupid.
Yeah, everything's fucking stupid.
All right. So that was Westworld Reunion. Why was it called Reunion, boss?
You know, sometimes when you think
When a
of
man loves a
something,
woman,
I don't know, man.
Well, I think the reunion implies
I
maybe
guess
Very profound.
William.
It's now
Meeting up
going
with
back
Dolores.
2 different timelines again or something. I don't know.
I think reunion is also when William, goes back to Dolores and
Yeah.
young
also,
William.
Also, if you think about it too, like it's a reunion for Dolores just on her own because she's remembering all these things. She's having all these memories.
Okay. Yes.
So it's more of a remembering than a reunion.
All right.
A brain reunion.
I'll take it. I'll go there.
Between
I
her
forget-
two selves.
I forget why we were going to bring up Asimov. I was hoping
Because
it was gonna stem naturally.
William gives this like "you're kind" comment
Yes.
to her, and it was reminded me of like the anti-roboticite attitude like that happens. You start
the
seeing
Naked
Caves
Sun?
of Steel. Oh, all through those the Elijah Bailey novels and stuff.
Yes. Now, Boss Earth at this time, we rejected robots, which is, I hope, the way that we're going to go.
Yes.
However,
If old Muskie has his way.
however, there are these other humans who have left to the outer planets. They're called the Spacers.
There's 50 planets.
Yes, and they've just gone out there and they love these robots so much so that they have planets where one human will live exactly like 500 miles away from another human, and they can't go anywhere near each other. The only way they interact is through holograms. But they have like 100 robot servants each, and it's just a very
And
interesting
they
dichotomy.
sometimes have quite romantic relations with the robots.
Yes.
Interesting.
As is such the case in The Naked Sun.
Yes, one is murdered, and
right.
Elijah Bailey's trying to figure out how. And he analyzes the robot and finds out it has an anus. I remember that from the novel.
Whoa! I
Why
forgot
does a
about
robot
that.
have an anus, boss?
Boss, you're being tested. Get off
needs
your
to
phone.
poop nice.
He needs to poop nice.
He needs to poop.
But once again, Asimov
Don't we all?
has shown his dent on the world.
Even robots need to poop nice.
Why not? If you're gonna make a robot, make it poop nice.
Well, that's like a
I'm
good, that's a
Oxnard.
great that's a great slogan for like
Vote for
a,
me,
a
2018.
Metamucil or a Benefiber. Poop nice for once.
Metamucil.
Be
Poop
kind
nice.
to your behind.
Be kind. Poop nice.
Yeah, and the farther out in the spacer worlds you go, the farther away from Earth that you go, the more dramatic the relationship, an intense relationship becomes between the human and their robot counterparts, and the more antisocial they become. And what's fun about it is, in terms of like if you're the reader, Elijah Bailey is basically like the opposite of a claustrophobic, whatever that technical term is, because he comes from New York.
Agoraphobic.
Oh, is it actually agoraphobic?
They're claustrophobic.
But he's not afraid to go like outside, like in terms of leaving his home.
No,
he's just
but
afraid to like he's afraid of open spaces.
He's used to the steel walls and
yeah, and
enclosures
like
of
the
Earth.
catacombs of New York, basically, which is like super crammed and it's overpopulated, and he's used to that. And then when you leave the kind of hub of the city, they have like the yeast farms and shit. And then especially in the spacer worlds, it's such open land out there. There's such few humans, and it's mostly like the ratio of human to robots
like 1
becomes
to 100 or
increased as you get farther from Earth.
And then when you get into the Foundation
So he has
novels,
like panic attacks and shit.
Yeah, you get to the Foundation novels, and you what's his name?
Harry Seldon.
No. Felt like Foundation and Earth and Foundation's Edge. So I forget that character.
Oh, Demerzel?
No, Edo Demerzel was a robot, but the main character in there, he's
the main human. I can't remember.
he goes
his
on a
name.
quest to find Earth because at that point Earth is a
Yeah.
rumor, and then he comes across those spacer worlds have become.
Yeah. Oh my
You see
god.
how far like they're
Well.
hermaphroditic like clones of like past you
and their
Yeah, it's-
super lobes.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And then the ending of that book is fucking scary as fuck.
Well, I'm glad we went back to Asimov.
Read these books. Well, speaking of that,
Yes.
so Apple now owns the rights to at least the Foundation series, I guess. They should start with the Robot series. Remake iRobot. That's perfect for a series. iRobot, the book.
Yeah.
Because it's a collection of short stories about the evolution of robots and the positronic brain. And then all that leads into the Caves of Steel. You can easily do the whole thing best as a series and start with iRobot. And
What else has Apple made? Like what other shows is Apple known for?
I have no idea. Nothing, I think.
See,
Which
that's
is
what
why
I'm-
it was
that's what I'm
bizarre
worried
that they
about.
own it. But whatever, it's out of the hands of Roland Emmerich. Remember when there was rumors of the guy who directed Four Feathers was going to make a
yeah.
Foundation movie?
Oh,
back
man,
in
Four
like
Feathers.
2001.
Oh man,
my
Four Feathers.
Remember the nightmares? We had the fear that was instilled in us. The Four
I
Feathers.
still have no idea what the fuck that movie's about.
Remember? I'm sure. Have we talked about this? We must have. Four
Yeah,
Feathers.
we've talked about all of this, and we're just rehashing.
Oh God, it's back in a previous episode of something we've done. You can find it, but God, that guy was gonna almost made that movie. That was a fucking nightmare. What else has that guy made?
He made Four Feathers. What else do you need to make?
I guess that's it. Academy Award, please, and I'll ride off into the sunset.
That won an Academy Award?
No, definitely
No
not.
way.
Won no awards. Maybe it won a Razzie or something. Wow, it's a remake, I think.
All right. Well, I think we've talked about Westworld. And Dexter will sign us off with this last tidbit of information about the Four Feathers. I'm Oxnard.
It's Shekhar Kapoor.
I know he was
Oh,
in
he
it.
directed
boss.
Elizabeth. He directed the Elizabeth movies with Kate Blanchett. Those are pretty good. I'm Dexter. I like.
What
Kate
else did he
Blanchett.
make? What else?
Oh, nothing else really.
He went
Bandit
from Four
Queen.
Feathers to Elizabeth?
Well, no, he made Four Feathers first. Actually, he made that. The first one is 1998, and then he made the Golden Age, Elizabeth the Golden Age, in 2007.
Okay.
And then it looks like he does a lot of work in India. I'm seeing a lot of Bollywood stuff.
Okay.
I'm not really seeing anything. Oh wait, here we go. Will. Oh, he directed some episode of Will, I guess, as a show. Damien looks like another show. Honestly, he did the Four Feathers, and then after that he did Elizabeth the Golden Age. Then he did New York.
Who gives
I
a
Love
fuck?
Just wanted-
He's asking me.
I was asking if there's anything notable, not everything. Just what would I
Nothing
recognize?
notable after the Elizabeth the Golden Age.
Okay. Roland Emmerich, what has he directed? Moving on. Okay, I'm Oxnard.
Independence Day. I'm Dexter. Goodbye.
Fine, boss.